Okay, stop me if you've heard this one before. It's 4 weeks to a go live. I get an email from a team saying, Mike, we need some help. We've got some training and there's a couple weeks that we need to get on the calendar for end users. Great. Okay, what do they know about the training? Nothing. Okay, what do they know about the tool or process? Nothing. Okay, and we're training in 4 weeks? Seems a little suspicious. Okay, so this is a perfect example, a recent example, in fact, on a project that I was on. And to me, this is a great example of where we might want to use a communications plan. What is a communications plan? Very simply, it's who do we need to communicate with, what do we need to tell them, by when, and how are we going to get that information out to them, right? Why is it so important? Well, number one, it gets all of us on the project aligned to what do we need to say and to whom. Make sure we don't miss anything. Have we missed any audiences? Have we missed any key information that we need to get to them? It also allows us to not just dump a bunch of information on people a week or two before they have to go through training. Our example that we're just referencing, right? So we can be a little bit more methodical, a little bit more thoughtful about how we share information across over time with people that need it to be able to adopt our change. So how do you actually do it? Well, we've got templates that we can share with you, but really it's very simple. It can start with just a very simple Excel of timing, the audience, so who needs to be communicated with. You can get pretty specific on this, or you can keep it high level. What are the key messages that need to be communicated to those audiences in that time frame? And then also, how are we going to get that out? Is it going to be email? Are we going to have a meeting? Is there some intranet site that we're going to post this to? How are we going to get that out? You can get more complicated. You don't really need to, though. Those are just the essential basics for the comms plan. All right, so what are some practical tips for getting up and running with your communications plan? First and foremost, I would recommend starting early. 4 weeks before you're getting ready to go live is probably too late to get started on it. The other thing I would recommend is start simple. You don't need everything figured out. You can start with a rough outline of who, what, where, and when, and how these things sort of fit together. As you go, you can add more detail. Certainly you'll learn more about your audiences and what they need to know as you start developing it. The other tip that I would have is start the conversation with a straw person plan put together, right? We generally recommend having messaging that starts with high level awareness or big picture, and then maybe a few weeks later there's some messaging with a little bit more detail, and you continue to build to more detail until you get to training, right? You might not want to bake all that into the same message because then it gets really long. So that's part of the plan, is you can plan how you sort of add more information or more detail over time. Those are some of the thoughts on a communications plan. Doesn't have to be too advanced, can be very basic, can be very simple, but it's very helpful in making sure that we don't just dump a bunch of information on people at the last minute. We've been thoughtful, we've planned out how we want to get it out to them. If you have a different approach, or you think there's a better way to do it, or I've missed something in this plan, welcome your thoughts on that. We're always trying to improve the way we operate, but there's lots of different ways of getting this work done. Thanks for listening to our video. Hope this was helpful. Look forward to doing some more tips and tricks on parts of our change management methodology.